Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to discuss the multiple choice questions from the chapter Weathering the Storm in Ersama. First question, what does this lesson speak about in focus? That means what is the message that it is trying to give? It is telling us about a storm, a young boy and his venture, that means his adventure, importance of courage and positive approach towards life, that means not giving up, and how to face storms. What is it talking about? In focus, that means what is the main aspect of the story? It tells us the importance of courage and the positive approach that each one of us should have towards life. So the correct answer is C. Where did the storm hit? That means where did the cyclone come? In the coastal town of Ersama in Odisha, the whole town of Odisha, a town, a remote area. So A part, clearly, yes. When did the storm hit the town Ersama? In which year did this happen? 89, 79, 69 or 1999? Yes, dates are always important. Yes, so 1999. Who faced the fury of the storm? That means who all were there to face the anger of the storm? Only Prashant? Only some villagers? Was it limited to the people of Ersama or all of them? All of them. So people of Ersama includes A and B as well. So D is the correct answer. How old was Prashant? What was his age? 19? Yes. What was the name of Prashant's village? Think about it. Did he live in Ersama? He lived in Kalikuda. Why did Prashant go to Ersama? Why did he go there? To see a new place? To visit his relatives? To visit his friend? Or none? He wanted to visit his friend. How did people in Ersama survive during the storm? That means what did they do to survive, to sustain life? By eating tender coconuts and which were remaining on the rooftops? Remaining in the water? Did they remain in the water to survive? Did they hang themselves on the trees or all of them? A part is the correct answer. Whom did Prashant meet on the way back after the storm? It was two friends of his uncle when he was wading through the waters to reach his village. What was the impact of the cyclone? It caused destruction, homes were lost, many lives were lost, or all? Yes. B part is the correct answer. How did Prashant help the storm victims? What did he do to help the survivors of the super cyclone? Did he arrange food for them? He formed a volunteer group and an NGO to help the widows. Did he help in rehabilitation of the people and the children who had lost their families and parents? All of the above? Yes? He did all of it. Whom did flood victims send signals to for food help? Military helicopters, strangers, people of the town, or the government? They were trying to send the signals to the military helicopters. Who helped the orphans? The widow women, military, men, or all of them? What do you think? The widow women helped the orphans. Correct? Moving on. What role did the women of Kalikuda play? Did they play a mother's role? Did they play a role of a caretaker, of a cook, or none? A mother plays a role of a caretaker as well as a cook, right? She cooks food for you. She takes care of you. So A part is the correct answer. What did Prashant love to play? It's clearly mentioned in the story. Which sport did he love to play? Was it badminton, football, cricket, or chess? So C part cricket. That is why he arranged for the matches for the children there. How much distance was covered by Prashant through the flood water? How much distance did he have to travel from his friend's house to his own village? How much was it? Was it 18? Was it 80, 100 or 1.8 kilometers? It was certainly 18 kilometers. His heart went cold when he reached his village. What does this line mean? His heart sank, he was feeling cold, he was relaxed. A part. This phrase, his heart went cold, that means he was taken aback, he was surprised to see the condition, the devastation that had happened due to the super cyclone. Prashant had to push away Dash to reach his village. What did he push away? People, water or bloated carcasses. What did he had to push away from him so that he can move forward? The bloated carcasses had to be pushed away. Now this is reference to context. Screams rent the air as people and houses were swiftly washed away. The angry waters swirled into his friend's house neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind's velocity of 350 kilometers per hour. First question. Why were the houses washed away? There was a super cyclone that had hit the coast. People were washing the houses. The wind swept the houses. Apt answer is A part. A super cyclone had hit the coast. Speed of the wind was how much? From where do we get this answer? Wind's written wind's velocity, that means it is speed. So 350 kilometers. Choose another word for devastation. Velocity, havoc or swirled. You should know the meanings. A part. Next, you all know what are idioms, right? So the idiom blessing in disguise means an apparent misfortune that eventually has good results. That means a bad situation, but that eventually had good results. It turns out into your favor. A blessing by disguise or unfair blessing. A part. The coconut trees were a blessing in disguise for them because those coconuts helped them to survive the initial 3-4 days. Dash is a synonym of dangerous. Pleasant, reeked, menacing, wounded. What is it? Think. C part. Which of the following means unceasing? You should know the meaning of unceasing. Cease means something which stops. Unceasing, which does not stop. A part, incessant, is the correct answer. It means which does not stop. It was raining incessantly. Dash means a state of confusion or disorder. Wounded, remnants, tumult, consider. It is tumult. People should get together to help the grieving. This is a sentence. Which word out of these can be used to replace the underlined words? Get together. People should unite, people should collect or party. People should collect to help the grieving. They should party or unite. Definitely they should unite. They should come together as a team. Okay, NGO. We have heard this acronym in the story. We read this. So NGO stands for Not Good Organization, Non-Governmental Organization, National Government Organization. Definitely A is not the answer. B or C? Which one? B part is the right one. Okay, now there are certain events given and we need to put them into a chronological order as they happened in the story. Okay, so read them on your own and decide. The options are given to you. These type of questions help us to check our learning. How much do we know what happened in a chronological order? They decided to move ahead together. The water was waist deep. He was trying to move ahead. The journey he would never forget. He found two friends of his uncle. He equipped himself with a long sturdy stick. First will be he equipped himself with a long sturdy stick, and because he had to start his expedition of 18 kilometers. So 5. Then after that, it was a journey he would never forget. Right? He constantly had to use his stick to locate the road. After that, at places it was waist deep and his progress was slow. Sometimes he lost the road and he had to swim. Then at some distance, he was relieved, he was relaxed to find two friends of his uncle. And then they decided to move together ahead. So it is 5, 3, 2, 4, 1, which is option number B. Okay. To solve such MCQs, you should have read the chapter carefully. You should know which event occurred after what. Next, no one cared that the rice was rotting. This is one of the lines that I have taken up from the book. The given sentence can be written as, if I have to change the words, how will I write? No one cared. I want to use only one word. So what will I write? Everyone was careful about cooking rice. Everyone was negligent about the rotten rice. Nobody was negligent about the rotten rice. Which one do you think is the correct option? No one cared is the key word through which you will be able to find the correct option. A, B or C? B is the correct option. The government's plan to rehabilitate the survivors of the cyclone was... What was the government's plan? What did they initiate so that the people could be helped? Was the plan accepted? Was it rejected because it would disregard their needs of a loving family? Then was it accepted because it was the only plan that they had? Or was it rejected because the government wasn't providing any additional financial help? What was done with the government's plan? Accepted or rejected? First we need to think about that. So definitely it was rejected. Then what was the reason? It would disregard, that means it did not care about the needs of a child to have a loving family, or since the government was not giving any financial help, that is why it was rejected. B part, they were not looking for any financial help. The main idea they wanted to fulfill was to have a loving family provided to these children who have become orphaned. The empty vessels communicated that the empty vessels, they were empty utensils which were kept on the stomach of children and they were made to lie down on the sand. What did they communicate? What were these empty utensils a symbol of? The survivors need to be evacuated. That means they wanted to be evacuated. They wanted themselves to be taken out from that place. The survivors need more utensils, or they were falling short of food. So what were these empty vessels a symbol of? A, B or C? C part. Since they did not have food, they were falling short of it. That is why the empty vessels were kept on their stomach. Choose the odd one out from the adjectives given to describe Prashant. In the options given, there are some adjectives which have been used to describe Prashant. Placid, that means very calm. Resourceful, who has a lot of ideas, who knows how to do things. Amiable, that means who is loved by everyone. Sensitive, that means who cares about other people. Harsh, that means rude. A, B, C, D or E. Definitely odd one out is E. He was not rude towards anyone. He cared for each and everybody out there in the Red Cross shelter. Right? I hope these MCQs must have helped you. to revise through the whole chapter, Weathering the Storm in Irsama. It is said that 90% of the people would have survived if they had been evacuated in the right situation. But since it wasn't done, that is why the people were not able to survive. As we have read in the chapter, many people lost their lives, and those who were there, who were safe in the Red Cross shelter, even they did not receive any help from the government in the initial 3-4 days. That was the main reason why many people lost their lives. Alright, so in these situations, that is what we learn, that youth should take the initiative. We should not wait for others to take a step forward. If we have the skills, we know what to do, we should be capable enough to have confidence in ourselves that we can take control of a situation. We can be resourceful when others need us. Right? Okay, so we'll meet next time with another chapter. Till then, take care.